Iberian Mask and Costume Museum. Information about the building. Welcome to the Iberian Mask and Costume Museum. The texts about the museum were created within the Culture for All Bragança. Reference NORTE 07 4230 FSE 00058. Financed by the European Social Fund, a project of the municipality of Bragança. It was carried out by the Polytechnic Institute of Bragança. Location: the Iberian Mask and Costume Museum is located inside the citadel, that is, the walls of the Castle of Bragança. It is located on the street D Fernão, O Bravo, at numbers 24 to 26. On the left side there is another residential building, and on the right side an alley called Street Duque Dom Teodosio I.
History: the museum tells the story of the common traditions of the towns in Trás-os-Montes and Zamora. It is located in a three-story building said to date back to the 16th century. In 2003 the first mask biennial took place in Bragança. At that moment, the idea of creating a museum of the mask arose, accomplished through the project Masks. Cross-border tourism and cultural promotion. This museum became possible due to the collaboration between the Bragança City Council and the Zamora Provincial Council. In 2005 the works to adapt the building to a museum began. The building was recovered and adapted within a project co-financed by the Interreg 3A community program. On February 24, 2007, the inauguration of the museum took place during the mandate of the Mayor of Bragança, Engineer Jorge Antonio Nunes. The museum has an important collection of costumes, masks and accessories used in different towns of Trás-os-Montes, in the province of Zamora and Lazarum during the so-called boys' festivities. The exhibition in the museum is rich in color and meaning. It introduces the visitor to the great variety of characters, customs and accessories that come to life in this territory every winter. These elements highlight the creativity of the artisans and the way in which they use the most diverse materials, such as wood, wool, brass and cork. These masked characters are known as carretos. With their brightly colored blankets, they captivate visitors with their strength and dynamism, their joy and positive energy. All this is felt and experienced at the boys' festivities and during the celebration of Carnival in Bragança. It is thought that the carretos tradition has Celtic roots from pre-Roman times. It is related to the existence of Galician and Bracari peoples in Galicia and northern Portugal. The origin of the masked men is linked to the cult of ancestors for their physical and mental survival, seeking to ensure the fertility of the fields, the fertility of humankind and animals, and the maintenance of civil and moral order. Masks are a central character in these festivities and play different roles depending on the place. Masks are an element that represents a universal feeling. Through the mask, the world of the gods and the dead is temporarily installed among men. It is as if it were the beginning of the game of life. The masquerades celebrate the rituals of the winter solstice that take place in a 12-day cycle from Christmas, December 25, and the Feast of San Esteban, December 26, to Three Kings Day, January 6, and later at Carnival. The masked festivals are esoteric and symbolic rites, that is, not very understandable to ordinary mortals, which have withstood the passage of time and are still alive in the culture of the northeast of Trás-os-Montes and Zamora. The masked men follow the ritual of their ancestors using rattles and bells that they wear at their waist. They usually flirt with girls to mess with them. Their faces are hidden by masks, and no one recognizes their voices. The masks are also a symbol of the initiation rituals that allowed boys to become adult men. Whoever wears the mask gains another personality and lives a moment where everything is possible and where anything can happen. According to tradition, after the festivities these boys would become men and were no longer children. The masks are created by the hands of local artisans who show the art of the past and are then used by young people in festivities in their lands. There are more elaborate masks, made of leather, fur and cork. Some use more zoomorphic elements, such as foxes, wolves and snakes. Others represent terrifying and devil-like figures. In the permanent exhibition there are over 60 masks and 45 costumes that represent a journey through the masks of Portugal and Spain. 46 artisans participated in its recreation. In addition, there are photographs and accessories that represent other aspects of the festivities in different locations during the winter period.
Iberian Mask Academy. The academy is located at Street D Carlos I, number 171, in the Citadel, near the Iberian Mask and Costume Museum of Bragança. It is a non-profit cultural association. It is made up of members from Spain, Portugal and Brazil, and is open to other countries that identify with the theme of the Iberian mask and festive rituals. Its main objective is to protect and promote the use of masks during these winter solstice and carnival festivities. It was founded in 2007 and has carried out a series of activities to highlight the mask and the festivities associated with it. On its official page, The Academy announces events related to the mask and offers publications and documentary videos. Plant. The museum is an old building located within the walls of the Bragança castle. It is painted white and on the facade has 4 white wooden windows with dark green frames, 3 windows on floor 1 and 1 window on floor 2. The entrance to the museum is through a door on the left of the facade, next to which there is a double door always closed. They are glass doors with white wooden frames and granite jambs. A yellowish mask is placed above the entrance door. It has open eyes, a closed mouth and a large nose. On the right corner of the building that gives access to D. Teotonio Street, there is a large triangular rusty iron mask. It has 2 horns with round tips and open eyes. A long snake like a tongue comes out of its mouth. The museum has 3 floors. 1. The ground floor is dedicated to the Tros os Montes winter festivities. 2. The first floor shows the winter masks of the province of Zamora. 3. And on the second floor the costumes used in the carnival festivities in the 2 regions are exhibited. On this floor there is a space dedicated to artisans and their masks. On the ground floor there is the reception where you can purchase admissions to the museum, the sanitary facilities, not adapted for people with reduced mobility, and 2 display cases where the items to be purchased are displayed, including books and masks. On the first floor there are display cases where costumes, masks and other objects, such as top hats and musical instruments, are shown. You can also see a map showing the winter festivities and carnival of Tros os Montes and Zamora. On the left side there is a statue of St. Stephen surrounded by nuts and, on the right side, a bench for visitors to rest on. On the second floor there is a temporary exhibition space where we usually have small sets of handmade masks. Climbing 4 steps we reach the final exhibition space. It has 2 display cases. In the right display case there are the masks from the carnival festivities and in the left display case masks made of different materials and photographs of their respective artisans. In the middle of this room there is a table for educational services activities. On the upper floor there are also 3 skylights with windows that let in natural light. On all floors of the museum there are numerous wooden steps that can be an obstacle for visitors. Access to floors 1 and 2 is via stairs, with a total of 16 and 12 steps respectively.
Accessibility resources were created for this project and are available to all visitors. You can access a model of the building and its tactile plan that offer audio description for tactile exploration, easy language, and Portuguese sign language. You will also be able to access texts in Braille and easy language on paper. Ask staff for help finding or using them. Videos with audio description and easy language were also created in Portuguese, English and Spanish, and in Portuguese Sign Language. They are available on the project's YouTube channel. All of these resources are available on the project's YouTube channel. Search for Culture for All Bragança and subscribe to our channel. Farewell. Thanks for your attention. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the history of the Iberian Mask and Costume Museum. We will always be open to welcome you, and we hope you visit us soon.
Technical acknowledgements. This visit for the Iberian Mask and Costume Museum was prepared within the project Culture for All Bragança. Reference NORTE 07 4230 FSE 000058. Financed by the European Social Fund of the Municipality of Bragança. It was carried out by the Bragança Polytechnic Institute, with Claudia Martins's coordination. The voces on these recordings are by Narakit. The sound edition was carried out by Marta Ochoa.